Hi coloring friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. Today I am working on trying out my Neocolor 2 crayons from Caran D'Ache and trying to do a few backgrounds. I may do one or two of these teacups here. So I have a few colors chosen for the first cup I'm going to work on, and I also have a water brush here ready to go. This is just an inexpensive one I got off of Amazon. I will try to link it below in the description if I can find it. Um, and the book I'm working in is the Mindfulness Coloring Book, Volume 2 by Emma Farrarons. And this is one of the ones that I had chosen for my 10 to complete in 2022. And this is the one I had in mind to do things like this in it, where I'm kind of experimenting and trying out new techniques and um, different products that are new to me. So I am going to go ahead and move us in a little closer and we will get going here. Okay, so I'm going to start with this teacup right here. And I wanted to do it in a blues and greens type mix. I do have a swatch, just a scrap swatch card that I use where I kind of tested it out right here. So that's kind of the look I'm going for. And then I'm going to add some embellishment on the cup with possibly gel pen on this one. Now some of them, when I do them, I think I'll try colored pencil over whatever background I use, but for this first one, I think the stripes, I'll probably make some kind of gel pen. So let's get into it here. Now, I'm curious how this is going to go because, in all honesty, yesterday I filmed an entire video working on an entire other page in this book. It was the page that I had talked about in my February Coloring Hopefuls video, and I had the page picked out. I had an idea that I wanted to do it Olympics style, I guess inspired, Olympics inspired colors. And I I did the whole page, and it was absolutely terrible. It was just terrible. And no, I'm not just being hard on myself. I showed my husband because I was like, well, I filmed this video and I think the picture is complete garbage and I don't think I'm gonna post the video. And he was like, oh, let me see. Can't be that bad. And I pulled it out and he was like, "Oh, yeah, it's that bad. Yeah, don't post that." So, um, sometimes you win and it all works out and sometimes you don't. So, this was a don't for sure. I had fun doing it. I learned some lessons on using these a little bit. So one of the things I'm trying to pay attention to is very light, even circles of application. I kind of tried doing just lines in one direction on the page I did yesterday, and it was really hard to get the lines to look like it wasn't just a big scribbled on page. Basically, that was my big problem. And then the other thing that I think was an issue was I used only one color in each section, so it was kind of blocked off areas of solid color, and it just didn't look good. And I think these look much prettier when you've got them kind of blended with each other and they can kind of flow one into another color-wise. So I am trying that today. My other big concern, though, is that part of the problem was this paper in this book, because I just couldn't get it to, basically I couldn't get it to look like it did on the swatch I just showed. Blend wise, I just couldn't get it to. It just didn't activate the same way. So we will see. I'm trying it out again. This paper in this book it's not Create Space. It's more of a cardstock feel, but it's thinner. Definitely a thinner cardstock than Johanna Basford or Hannah Carlzon, that kind of paper. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Now that yesterday was my first time breaking out the Neocolor 2s and trying them out. So I am very, very new at using them. Excuse me. And although I've watched many a video on people using them, this is the first time I'm trying it myself. So I definitely think it's one of those things where, excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my voice today. I think it's one of those things where you can watch a million videos, but until you try it out yourself, you know, you're just not going to have that experience. So here I am trying it out myself. Round 2. Yeah, it's kind of devastating a little bit to film and do a whole picture and then have it just be so terrible. And it was all just too much, I think. It was too much. And I may very well be making mistakes here as well. I would not doubt that in the least, but like I said, if you don't dive in and try, you don't learn. So here I am learning, learning a lot. I'm hoping it's at least mildly better results than yesterday. Yesterday was a bit humbling, that's for sure. So I thought I'd go on a smaller scale basically today and try it out this way. And hopefully that will help me too, because the page I did yesterday was this entire 2-page section. And if you're wondering, no, I do not think I will be showing that picture that I finished in my finished pages for the month, even just because it's just too embarrassing. It was just not good. It really, really wasn't. So I will keep that one to myself and contemplate burning it at one point in the future. And hopefully this will turn out as one that I can share in my finished pages for the month. So I'm just laying down a variety of my colors in different patterns. I want it to look like a watery marble colory background. Now the one good thing is I did find out from yesterday that my my gel pens do work well over top of these, so that's why I'm not being careful about the lines here, because I know that my gel pen will go over that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this handle here. It's kind of an odd chunky handle. It's got a lot going on there. I would have probably just done maybe the two bigger outer lines and left it at that, but I really can't draw at all, so I'm not going to criticize. We'll just have to figure out how I'm going to color that. Okay, so we have that all colored in, and I think for this bottom area I am going to get it too, but we'll just go with the dark on the edges, do a little bit more of a shading type thing. And then I'm going to go with my next lighter color. And then my lightest color. And we'll leave it at that. Okay. And I don't know, I'm not sure what to do with that handle. Okay, I've decided I'm going to make the handle kind of match this bottom area here. And then if I want to add a stripe or two of the gel pen, I can always do that. Alright, then we're going to go with the next color. And then we'll go with our lightest color again. There we go. Just carry that back through so we have a decent blend. There we go. Okay. All right. Here we go. It is activation time. And I am nervous. Especially after yesterday, because it just did not go well. So I'm very nervous about today. All right, I think I'm going to start with the bottom here. And we're just gonna just activate it. Okay, so far, definitely better than yesterday's. So I will say that. She can learn. There we go. Okay. Whew, okay. Now feel a little better. That is better. Now let's see how this mix goes. Another thing I learned yesterday is that I really need to watch the amount of water that I'm putting out, because I went a little too crazy on that yesterday too, and it really buckled up my paper big time. I was kind of trying to push puddles of water around on the paper, and yeah, it did not go well. So all right, we're looking a little better. Definitely the coverage looks way better than what I did yesterday. So I think the key is little circles of light pressure, unless you're going for something more intense, and then, or a stripy look, because that's what my picture yesterday looked like. A stripy look. Scribbly. Just add a little more water to my brush. Yeah, I have to say, I've never tried a more expensive or higher end water brush, but I have not had any issues at all with using these Amazon ones. And it came in a pack of different size tips, and it was very budget friendly, so I definitely can't complain about it. All right, there we go. I'm gonna check. I don't have a huge amount of time to work today on this, so I'll check the time and see if I have time to tackle another mug, but kind of wanted to try different styles and patterns in the application of these and see what I come up with without going too crazy and ruining the page like I did yesterday. And I'm telling you, I went crazy. Like, I was trying to save it, and I'm just like, it's so unattractive right now. What can I do? So I even I pulled out this crazy glitter that I had that I've been dying to use on something. And I just coated the whole entire page in that glitter, and oh my goodness, it was not, it was not good. My husband thought our daughter did it, which honestly is insulting to her because she does better work than that. But she's a third grader. I'm like, yeah, she could do better than that. So, but I'm getting back on that horse and trying again, and I'm glad I did because I'm kind of liking the way this is going. There we go. Okay, there is mug number 1 done. It's kind of a tie-dye looking thing, but I like it. I think it's pretty. And then I think I'm probably going to do gold for the stripes as an accent on it. This cup here, I'd like to attempt a rainbow pattern. So start with the red here and then carry it in toward the middle with the rainbow colors. And this one down here, I'm not sure about yet. I'm kind of feeling, I don't know. I want to do I did a cooler colors of the rainbow mix up here, so I kind of want to do a warmer colors of the rainbow mix down here on this one, and then maybe shade these with a colored pencil. And then I have no idea how I'm going to do the background on this. I'm considering just solid coloring in a checkerboard pattern, like it's a checkered tablecloth. So we will see about that. I'm going to let this dry a little bit, and then I will come back and add the accents to it. All right, we are back and dry, much faster than my page from yesterday because I was careful with my water today. And I have here the Pentel Sunburst Metallic Gel Pen. I'm going to use this for the lines on the cup. So I'm just going to go ahead and start coloring those in. Move these out of the way a little bit, and I am going to turn my book because otherwise I'm not going to be able to manage that line very well. Especially the bottom one, that is quite thin. So yeah, I'm much happier with this result. So I definitely would say, at least for me, the key is light circular motions with the crayons on your page, and just making sure you don't press too hard and get a nice even coverage. And then also, I definitely like the look better when the colors are being mixed if you're using multiple colors. Maybe it was just the way I did the page, and I mean, the Olympic colors are blue, yellow, black, green, red. So I had a page that was color blocked in those colors, and I mean, they look okay on the symbol, but I think in large quantities they don't look great together. So maybe that was it. And if you just wanted to do a solid blue background, maybe like a sky with just one blue, that wouldn't look terrible. Or if you were doing blue at the top and then maybe a green or brown at the bottom for grass or dirt, that would be reasonable. It was just what I was going for didn't work out. So, although I definitely think that's a good lesson for anyone out there, that if you're trying out, just coloring in general or a new medium within coloring, you just dive in and try working with it and see what you come up with. And it may not work out. It may not look good the first time you do it, or the second time, or the third time. But the more you keep trying to play with it and see how it works and how best you can manipulate it, the better you're going to get with it. So if it doesn't go well on the first try, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel with it. Unless you really didn't like working with it. I mean, if I pulled something out and tried it and I was just hated doing it, then of course I would just move on to something different. But I did have fun using these, so, and that's kind of part of one of my goals for this year is to just get more comfortable with doing backgrounds. I don't always like to do a background, but there are times where I'm like, I wish I was good at backgrounds and I knew, how to just take that page one step further. So this is me attempting that. And we'll get there. But I do feel like now, after doing this technique on this cup, that I could carry that over to a background of a full page. So yeah, that's another tip is try it out on a smaller scale to start. Maybe don't dive into a full big page background. I'm glad that I scaled down and went with just this teacup to practice on. And that was kind of the thing with this book altogether is I know when I finish this book, it's not going to be a book full of amazing masterpieces. It's going to be, it's going to have some pages that don't look so good because I'm trying it out. And then when I get the hang of it, that's when I'll move to some of my favorite books. Not that I don't like this book, but it just lends itself to this kind of a practice thing. And I know that in the end, when I get this book out and I look through and see where I started with so many different techniques, that's going to be cool to see too. So, yeah, I was excited yesterday though, because the page was all Olympic theme, and that's going on right now. So it was kind of seasonal and appropriate. And if it had turned out like I had hoped in my head, it was going to be pretty cool. But I have been not watching a ton of the Olympics. I caught a little bit of, what is that called? The luge? The little cars that go down the ice slide thing. I should probably know what that's called. I caught a little bit of that after the Super Bowl, and that was kind of cool to see. Um, and then the big thing that I've been following, which kind of has ended up being a little bit of a bummer, is the women's ice skating. And I had started catching some of the coverage of the Russian skater Valieva before the Olympics started, and seen some of her performances, and she was just beautiful, just amazing. Loved watching it. And then here, so I was really excited to see her, get to the Olympics and how she did. And here a couple days ago comes out about her testing with drugs in her system. I guess around Christmas, maybe. Can't remember what the timeline was, but yeah, so that was kind of a bummer because I've been really excited following her. And I mean, not that she still hasn't worked hard to get where she is, but then again, I can understand why the other skaters would be upset that she's being allowed to compete and had potentially something that was an unfair advantage. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm still watching. I kind of feel bad for her too because she's 15 years old. Trying to figure out how I want to do this part. Honestly, I don't know what is going on with this mug handle. There's too many lines there for me. Okay, I think I'm just gonna do... the inner one as gold. But anyway, I feel kind of bad for her because she's only 15 years old, and you don't know, what kind of adult encouragement or pressure she got to take whatever she took. You don't know if she even knew she was taking anything. And I kind of feel like she's being vilified, and I don't know. Like, I know it's not fair, but she's still a kid. So, anyway, moving away from the unpleasantness of that topic. So there is my finished cup. I think I'm going to cut the video here and leave it at this stage for this time. I may come back and do try out the rainbow mug on camera next, just to try a different technique of blending the colors together. But for now, I am very happy with how this turned out. I like it much better than my last page. And I'm excited now again to try these out some more and use them. They are definitely fun to use, and you can get some kind of cool finishes from them. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching and listening to my journey with the Neocolor 2 crayons. And hopefully maybe you picked up some tips along the way as well if you haven't used them in the past or are new to them as well. And that is it for today, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!